cause you care, you trust me. I'm trying to hear all your problems so I can lighten the load.
Stay tuned for this yoga stretch after our workout. Okay ladies, so for today's workout, all you're going to need is your body. You're going to need a mat, and if you happen to have some ankle weights, go ahead and grab those. I'll be using 4. You'll see why as soon as we get into this. We're going to start out on all 4s on our mat. You are going to have those hands right underneath your chest. And we're simply lifting the leg behind us, pointing your toe, and you want to make sure you have a nice squeeze on that glute and the back of the leg. So doing this slow and controlled, you can see my abs activating here because I'm really engaging through my core. And you also want to press into those palms. Make sure you are breathing and make sure you're moving with intention. Good job. So now we're going to go ahead and come back into a child's pose for a brief rest here, releasing your low back and then coming back up, and we're going to do fire hydrants. So I have my ankle weights on. You can take yours off, of course. You don't really have to have them, but the goal here is to again always move with intention. When you get to the top of the move right there, you really want to squeeze your glute. You are pressing into your hands or your outer glute, pressing into your hands, and really we want to keep the movement mainly with that leg lift. You're going to be moving right into the other side. No resting here unless you absolutely need it. Pause the video and then come back into the workout, but I really like to keep those reps high and keep that intensity going throughout the workout. So same rules apply. Make sure you're moving with intention. So moving into our next move, you see how my right leg is crossed over that left leg. The left leg is pulled up just ever so slightly, and we have the right cross behind the left. So that is similar to what we're getting ready to do here, only our forearms are down on the ground, right? You're gonna lift, you're pointing the toe. You can see where I am really contracting my glute here at the top. I began slow and now I'm moving a little quicker. Your whole entire body is in sync here. You can always slow down if you need to, as I've done here, just to show an example. But this is the move. This is difficult with those weights, of course, but you can do it whether you have weights or not. So we're just going to push through this several reps and really pausing with intention at the top of that move. Good job. Just a few more. If it's helpful, rotating and pressing into those hips just to stretch out and move on to the next side. So same thing, we are crossing. That leg is diagonal and we are pausing at the top of that move. Slowing down if you need to. Sometimes I just like to do the most. But make sure you are moving with intention and listening to your body. If you have weights and it's becoming too much, you're going to want to take those weights off. Never move through a workout through pain, okay? Listen to your body, and you want to honor and respect where your fitness level currently is. Okay, so giving our glutes a little bit of a rest. I'm going to be using ankle weights on my wrists and my ankles. Here I'm just showing you an example of how you can modify this. You don't have to keep the legs completely off of the mat, right? But I do need those shoulder blades up off of the mat. We are going to be working our lower and upper abs. So shake the neck out, extending. This is more of a Pilates move. This is called scissors in Pilates. And so that little pull there is actually stretching your hamstring. So we're working the core, and this is how I love to work. Working the full body so you get the most bang for your buck. So you're pointing those toes, you're extending. Your shoulders are off the mat. You're breathing. You're doing great. Just a few more. And then if you're really feeling yourself today, guess what? You can release those arms. You still get that stretch on those hamstrings, but of course, you want to keep that low back glued into the mat. You see, my core is not even moving, and that's definitely what you want. We are going to get a rest here. Good job. One of my favorite poses, recline bound angle. Releasing the hips and just taking a rest here for a few moments. Now moving into a little bit of a spinal twist here, dropping your knees to the right, and then as you come back to the left, you're going to want to make sure you engage your core. Always, always, always. I can't stress that enough. So many injuries take place in fitness classes because people are not thinking about the whole body and they're not protecting their core. If your core is jacked up, your whole body is out of whack. So make sure, to take care of that. Okay, my loves, we are moving back into that lower body. I want you to ground and root through those heels. You're pressing into your heels and you're lifting. This is the back of the legs and the glutes, but we're going to be pulsing down and up. Down and up. This is just your body weight, so full range of motion, meaning all the way down, all the way up, unless we start to pulse, which we will. Squeezing your glutes and pulse and pulse and pulse. Keep your hips high and pulse and squeeze. Not just pulse, but squeeze, moving with intention. You're doing great. We're almost there. Don't stop. Okay, next up we are going to come into reverse table. That's what we call it in yoga. So reverse table here, but we are going to make this a tricep move. So you are grounded and rooted through those heels, but your triceps, your arms are really doing all of the work. This is a tiny move. You're not locking out those elbows, so you want to keep tension here, and you're pressing into your palms. Get another full body stretch here. We're also going to stretch those triceps, wiggling through your fingertips, taking your right arm across the body, and really enjoying and loving into that stretch. Alright, so now we're going to move back into abs. So shoulder blades up off of the mat. Your low back is glued into the mat, and we're going to take those legs up to table, and we're just going to drop right and left. We are grounded and rooted. Our core is not moving. Our core is stable. Our core is working and on fire. The only option that I have for you here is to keep one leg on the ground and lift the other. So as you can see, both legs are floating. If this is not the move for you, then you can modify. And then we're just going to move right into bicycles from here. Going side to side, you want to try to meet the elbow with the knee. You're doing a beautiful job. Take a rest if you need it, but then make sure you come right back. All right. We're moving into that reverse table, but we are adding on. This is the end of the workout. So try to do this with me. Take your ankle weights off if you need to. Pressing into your heel and driving through your glute in the back of your leg. joining that toe, switching sides. And this is it, ladies. If you can move through this, after this we're just going to do our yoga stretching, so you can do it. This was very hard for me, but we can do it. We're almost there. Press and rest, folding forward. We're going to get ready to stretch here in a second. So since we did a lot of leg work today, we are going to come into a wide leg forward fold. I'm separating my legs as much as possible, and then I'm releasing my forearms onto the mat. You can do a regular forward fold here, or you can have some blocks here if this stretch is too intense. And walking our hands to the top of the mat, coming into a chaturanga, upward facing dog, down dog, exhaling that left leg to come forward. Going forward into pigeon. You don't have to fold forward. This is obviously going to be a little more intense. As you're ready, we're going to be moving out of pigeon, and of course doing the same thing on the other side. Brief down dog, pressing into those heels, and then exhaling into pigeon on the right side. I'm folding forward. You obviously don't have to do that. Pressing out of pigeon on that right side, and we're going to come to a brief down dog, and then moving into dolphin. This is a wonderful strengthening shoulder asana, but it's also very challenging. So your head is not on the mat at all. It's just your shoulders doing that work. And then this was something that I like to do, but it's been so long since I've done it, it was not successful for me, which is all good, because yoga is not about being perfect, and fitness in general, not about being perfect or what something is supposed to look like. It's more so about just taking care of you. So from here, we're gonna recline on back and move into what's called Happy Buddha or Happy Baby. Separating the knees, grabbing onto the big toes. This is really a nice stretch for the inner thighs, as well as releasing that low back. Next, moving into a shoulder stand, which we will transition into plow. And of course, if you have never tried plow or anything like this, you are going to want to not do it. You're going to want to wait till you're able to, requires a lot of core work. And so that was it for my stretching for this workout. You guys, I hope that you enjoyed. I hope that you try it, and let me know in the comments below what other videos you would like to see in terms of fitness. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.